Hello, how are you feeling tonight? I'm getting there. Today, instead of blowing my nose all day, I was kind of coughing a couple times an hour. So, yeah. Anyway, I've been reflecting on Star Wars. No, don't worry. I'm not going to talk about the movie. It doesn't matter how the movie was. It's just, it hit me today that you've got 9 Star Wars movies, each of them released in these trilogies, which means I've seen the trilogy end 3 times now, and that just was kind of a wild thought I had. Because you go back, okay, the first trilogy ends 1983. I am probably 6 years old when I see it. I definitely watched the first movie at home on a videotape that my father taped off television. I think I saw Empire in a theater, but I can't be sure. But I know everyone around me was talking about it for like the entire year. Like, we couldn't stop talking about it. So when Return of the Jedi came out, I would have been there to see it in theaters. What theater? I really couldn't say. Honestly, growing up in the 80s, the movie landscape changed really, really fast because as bigger, newer theaters opened, the smaller theaters from like the 50s and 60s and 70s just couldn't compete and they just closed. It might have been this really tiny 2-screen theater in Ossining, but who knows? I honestly, I couldn't guess. But I'm sure I saw it. I'm sure I really enjoyed it. And I'm sure as soon as possible, I was asking at the video store when they were going to get it. And again, early 80s, if a movie came out in a movie theater and you wanted to see it on home video, you had to wait possibly years. Like, it was a long time. So that first experience that I saw once would have sustained me for a very long time. Jump many, many years later, 2005, and episode 3, Return of the Sith. I was getting ready to go to Japan as a student. Like, I had graduated. I definitely graduated. Not graduated. I had finished my semester at school, and it was summertime, or early summer. I was going to go to Japan later that summer. So I was in New York City, and I remember, because at this point, again, we're 3 of 3 prequels, and none of them were very good. So I saw all of them as just matinees, like after the fact. Because again, also, there's really no social media. So it's like, if you don't watch the movie, you just don't find out what happens. You can just wait. So I waited probably a week or two and just saw a really cheap matinee show in New York City, east side of Manhattan. I don't know if the theater's there or not anymore. But not crowded, but not empty. We're all there, Episode 3, not a great movie, but there's some fun bits. But I definitely remember at the end, when poor James Earl Jones has to deliver a big no, everyone in the audience laughed. We all laughed out loud because it was the most stupid, ridiculous thing we could have seen. So that was a very positive memory of the whole, really all 3 of those movies. Like, my favorite memory is just watching in the last one and laughing my ass off, because why did he do that? Why would you do that? I thought you're evil. No? Okay. And then, of course, here we are in 2019. I live in Japan. I saw it at Expo City, 109 Cinemas, right next to the Expo Commemorative Park. I saw it on the biggest screen in Japan. I'm sure it's not the biggest screen compared to America. I know American screens are way, way bigger, but I did the best I could. I watched it on the biggest screen in Japan to a fairly full show at 9 a.m. on opening day. It wasn't good, but it's fine. It's fine. And let's face it. Okay, 1983, 2005, 2019. They're getting closer together. So I think there's a very good chance in my lifetime, possibly in the next 10 years, we're going to go through this again, where there's going to be a new movie, and then another movie, and then a third, another final movie. Who knows? Who knows where I'll see it? One thing I gotta say, I mean, obviously as a kid, I wouldn't have gone alone, but the last two, all my adult experiences have been alone. So I'd like to think the next time, maybe I go with a little kid. Anyway, that's all I've got today. And I'm tired and my voice is weak. So good night, everybody. I love you.